Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate. Husband!
Wife!
Do you know what we're doing today?
Well, I believe we're starting a new book of the Bible.
We sure as fuck are.
We are, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun. So we're... this is incredible. We're so close. We're so close to the end of the Old Testament.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I can almost taste it.
I know, right? We're right there.
Mm-hmm. There's only, including this one, 3 books left of the Old Testament. And this book only has 2 chapters.
Right. And as I recall, we're still in the Minor Prophets, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this one is the beginning of the post-exilic.
Yes, the ones that come after the Babylonian exile.
Yeah.
That is correct.
And what is the book that we're getting into today?
Haggis. Just kidding. It's Haggai.
Haggai.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
But I will be calling it Haggis for the 2 chapters that we read.
Oh, okay. I might, fix that sometimes. Just to make sure we're all on the same page.
Unless I beat you to it like I just did.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So before we get into it, though, I do want to mention that we have a call out for a new patron.
What?
Yeah. So we wanted to say a huge thank you to Carrie R.
Carrie!
And we just can't thank you enough.
Thank you so much, Carrie. Oh, my God.
It's always unexpected when we receive those emails, alerts that we get a new patron. And we're still just like, hey, guess what?
Every time you tell me we got another shout out, I'm like, are you kidding me? It's amazing.
Yeah, no, it's great to have that support from you. And we can't thank you enough.
We really can't.
It really means the world to us at this point, especially since we're not doing ads anymore. And you guys carry everything for us. And we
acknowledge that we've slowed down a bit.
Yeah.
Too. And you're still excited to help us. And just, we're so appreciative. Thank you. Thank you, Carrie.
So thank you, Carrie, very much. And with that being said, are you ready to get into this book of the Bible?
I sure as fuck am.
All right. So let's do some Haggai.
Haggis. All right. Before we hop into the Book of Haggis or Haggai, I want to talk a little bit about the book itself.
Okay.
But before I even do that, because I keep joking around about it, do you know what haggis is?
Isn't it like isn't it a meat?
Yes and no. I was curious because I kept saying haggis.
Right.
And in my notes, I refer to it as haggis.
Right.
And I was like, okay, this is uncool.
You should probably know what it is. Yeah, right.
So haggis is the national dish of Scotland, which I knew thanks to Mike Myers.
Right, yeah.
And it's a type of pudding composed of the liver, heart, and lungs of a sheep, minced and mixed with either beef or mutton suet and oatmeal, and seasoned with onion, cayenne pepper, and other spices, depending on who does it.
Yeah, sure.
The mixture is then packed into a sheep's stomach and boiled.
Wow.
It's so imaginative.
I mean, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I've never had haggis.
It's like it's like a turducken, but sheep style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like part of me is like, wretch, bleh. But then the other part of me is like, meh, I'd try it.
It's like a sheep cowkin.
Sheep cowkin. Yeah.
Right.
A sheep.
Instead of a turducken.
But there's no chicken, so it's just a sheep cow.
Yeah, I just added the kin, so it sounds like turducken.
Yeah.
That's all. It was merely a placeholder for the sound. That was it.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with chicken.
Would you try it?
I would definitely try it. I just haven't tried it.
I think the part that bothers me most is not all the various meats and not even the boiled inside the stomach per se.
Right.
It's that they're calling it a pudding. That's the part that bugs me the most.
You know how we have these like new fads with food all the time where we've got like Thai food, we've got
quinoa. Remember when quinoa came around? Everybody was like, quinoa. And I'm like, yeah, it's fucking rice cut in half.
Gyros are really popular, right? You know, all this kind of stuff. But we need like a Scottish fad. We do. So we can have some haggis.
Yeah.
And that way, like haggis needs to make a comeback. You know,
come on, Scottish Americans, get on this.
Where's your haggis? Shops at?
Yeah, we need some haggis shops because I need to try it.
I'm sure you can find them, just not here in Ohio.
I could probably find a recipe for it and make it.
Oh, I'm sure. But you could probably find the
guess what?
The haggis down
I'm not gonna
Jungle Gyms in the area or something like that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I wonder if Jungle Gyms is a national store.
It's not. They have two exactly. That's it. Two stores. Yeah.
Both in Ohio?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's an Ohio thing. Completely.
Oh, wow.
It's a this part of Ohio thing.
Oh, my gosh. I'm really sorry at the rest of you because it's a huge international market kind of store and it's fucking amazing.
It is really amazing.
They bring in stuff from all different countries and like different aisles represent different countries.
If it wasn't a grocery store, it'd be a museum.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, my first time there, I didn't even buy anything. I just walked around to the different parts of the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because each country has a different part of the world represented in the store.
No, it's really
I'm
neat.
sorry. I get off on that.
There's
really
a huge free promo for Jungle Gyms.
Yep. I mean, I've only been there a couple times, but it's an amazing store.
You just never know what we're going to talk about, and it's completely irrelevant to 90% of the people that listen to us.
But Haggis,
right.
And okay, so now I'm going to talk about the Book of Haggai.
Okay, all right.
Okay,
yep.
Haggis was a Hebrew prophet active during the rebuilding of the Second Temple in Jerusalem around 520 BCE.
Okay.
Now, do you remember? I think it was the Book of Ezra. When they were like rebuilding this thing.
I don't recall which one it was, but I take if you say so, sure.
Well, it was because
you looked it up.
I looked it up.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should have led with that.
I should have, rather than like, I think it was. Let me stretch my memory hole here.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't remember it. It was Ezra.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So they were rebuilding that thing. Do you remember that? It was like right after Doodah let them go.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So Haggis was one of the first three post-exilic prophets, along with Zechariah, who was his contemporary, and Malachi. And that follows the Neo-Babylonian exile of the House of Judah.
Okay.
Zechariah is the book that follows this, and then Malachi is the final book of the Old Testament. Okay.
Yeah.
His name is derived from the Hebrew verbal root which means to make a pilgrimage.
Okay. I mean, wait, could you say that again? It's
HGG. I don't know how to pronounce it. You try.
Yeah. I don't know.
Right?
I
don't know. Sorry.
Right.
That was probably rude. I mean no harm. I'm mostly harmless. Anyway, it means to make a pilgrimage.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But guess what? That's where his name is derived from, like from that Hebrew verbal root word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The meaning of his name actually, though, is holidays, feasts, or festival, something like that.
Yeah. It's not based around God.
Yes and no. It is actually.
Okay.
He was very likely named this because he was born during one of their festivals, which, what are the festivals but celebrations of God?
Fair enough.
So,
okay.
Yeah. According to rabbinic writing, Haggis is often referred to as one of the men of the quote-unquote Great Assembly.
Haggai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I couldn't remember what the Great Assembly was, and that's because we didn't cover that. And so I looked that up.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I'm going off tangent here to tell you what the Great Assembly is.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And this is relevant because he again is often referred to as one of the men of it.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm speaking about him and this group he might have belonged to.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So according to Jewish tradition, the Great Assembly, also translated as the Great Synagogue, was an assembly of possibly 120 scribes, sages, and prophets, which existed from the early Second Temple period around 516 BCE to the early Hellenistic period, by which I mean, Greek.
We have talked about this because we've talked about it when they've rewritten sections of the Bible, that these people were often involved in some of that.
Yeah, I just don't remember specifically.
I don't think we specifically talked about
saying what it is and when.
But we did mention these people before.
Sure. So anyway, that group existed from the early Second Temple period through the early Hellenistic period, which began in the region with Alexander's conquest in 332 BCE.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So that's quite a few years there.
Yeah.
Roughly coinciding with the Persian hegemony over the nation of Israel.
Okay.
The assembly's members traditionally included such figures as Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi, so the three post-Babylonian exile guys.
Right.
Ezra, Nehemiah, Daniel. We're familiar with them guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Those would have been either overlapping, but right before.
Got it.
Or
somewhere in this time frame.
Yeah.
Got it.
They either would have been his contemporaries or very, very much they were coming to the end of theirs as our three guys were coming at the beginning of theirs.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And then a few guys that we haven't talked about: Hananiah, Mishael, Azariah, Mordecai, and Zerubbabel. I mean, we have talked about them, but they don't have their own books.
Got it.
Okay, they're just characters.
Sure.
Okay. Among the developments in Judaism that are attributed to the rabbis of this period are as follows.
Okay.
1, the fixing of the Jewish biblical canon, including the books of Ezekiel, Daniel, Esther, and the 12 minor prophets.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
2, the introduction of the Feast of Purim, which is one of their festive holidays.
Sure. Okay.
And 3, the institution of many prayers and rituals, including the Amidah prayer. And I want to get into these at some point. We need to do just a great assembly or great synagogue episode.
Breakdown.
Yeah, where
whatever.
we just talk about this stuff.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to get too far off track here.
Yeah, no, I agree.
That's a rabbit hole.
I agree. We should do that soon, though, because,
because it's relevant.
Right.
Yeah. The members of the Great Assembly are designated in the Mishnah as those who occupied a place in the chain of tradition between the prophets and the Tanaim. Okay. So I'm done talking about the Great Assembly now.
Got it.
So anyway, back to the book of Haggai.
Right.
Okay. So there is no direct biographical information given about the prophet in the Book of Haggai. I mean, there's only 2 chapters.
Yeah.
He's only mentioned in one other book of the Bible, the Book of Ezra.
Okay.
Which makes sense because they were contemporaries-ish.
Yeah.
He may have been one of the captives taken to Babylon by Nebuchadnezzar, but that would have been very, very early. He would have been very young when that happened.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Because this is 70 years later.
Right.
So there's, let me just read this next comment. I remembered reading this and I was so smart I wrote it down. Some scholars suggest that he may have been a very old man and seen Solomon's temple before its destruction in 586 BCE due to what he says about the former glory of the temple in chapter 2.
Got it.
Which normally I wouldn't include that in my little intro to the book, but it's kind of important when we're trying to age him. If he, this whole book is going to be about the building of the second temple.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's important to consider whether or not he saw the first temple given some of the comments that he makes in this book.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
If this is true, Haggai would have been much older than 70 years when he wrote this book.
Okay.
And keep in mind then that even after that, he would have been a super old dude if he was also part of the Great Assembly.
Yeah.
So we're talking like in his 80s or 90s. And, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
that seems unlikely, but maybe.
I'm not saying it didn't happen. It could have. I mean, what the fuck do I know?
I'm just saying it seems unlikely. That's all.
Yeah. In 587 BCE, Israel was taken into exile by the Babylonians. This is just a little recap of the history, but God promised that a remnant would return.
Right.
So Haggai probably returned from the 70-year Babylonian captivity with the first group to return in 537 to 536 BCE. Remember, they were released in waves.
Yeah.
Okay. And then from the book of Ezra, chapter 6, it can be seen that Haggai's oral ministry lasted at least up to the inauguration of the restored temple in 516 BCE.
Okay.
Okay, because Ezra talked about it.
Yeah.
And he specifically mentioned Haggai.
Right.
So there's that. Okay. So here's a little bit more historical context. Okay. The historical setting dates around 520 BCE. So as we're going to be reading this is taking place in 520, which is before the second temple had been rebuilt.
Got it.
Okay.
Yep.
King Cyrus of Persia issued an edict in 538 to 37-ish BCE for the Jews to return to Judah. So 42,360-ish Jews returned and began to rebuild the destroyed temple in Jerusalem in 536 BCE. Okay. And those events are detailed in the book of Ezra. So we kind of have an idea already.
Right. I remember this happening. And yeah.
So, I mean, this isn't going to be new. It's just going to be from a different perspective.
Right.
The work of rebuilding the temple was interrupted for around 14 years, but resumed as a result of the prophetic ministry of Haggai and Zechariah in the second year of King Darius, who's also referred to as Darius the Great, who reigned from 522 to 485 BCE. Okay. Now I have a little bit of info about him. Okay.
All right.
King Darius, again, also known as Darius the First or Darius the Great. He reigned from 522 to 485 BCE, which I just said. His second year, therefore, based on all the information between all the different dudes, was the year 521 to 20 BCE. And that year, during a period of 5 months, is when Haggai's very enthusiastic ministry took place. Okay.
Yep.
From Ezra chapter 6, one can see that Haggai's oral ministry lasted at least up to the inauguration of the restored temple, which I already said.
Yeah.
Okay. The building of the temple was completed in Darius's 6th year, so like 528-ish BCE. Okay. The work of rebuilding the temple had been put to a stop through the intrigues of the Samaritans. After having been suspended for several years, the work was resumed through the efforts of Haggai and Zechariah, which I already said. Haggai supported the officials of his time, specifically Zerubbabel, the governor of Judah, and Joshua, the high priest.
I have a question. You said that the temple was built and was finished in 528 and started in 520 something, I thought, which doesn't make sense because you go earlier in time as time progresses in BC.
Hold on.
I was confused a little bit about that.
Okay, so the historical setting is in 520-ish.
Yeah.
Let's see. The Jews returned and began to rebuild it in 536.
Yeah.
And
but then there was a 14-year break, right? Which would put you closer to like 522.
Right.
Right.
Which is
then you said something about 528 finishing, I thought you said.
Let's see. The inauguration of the restored temple was in 516.
516. Okay.
Yeah.
I could have sworn you said 528. So I just wanted to clarify that because I couldn't make that work in my head.
Where I got 528 is there were different parts of the temple that were built, and so part of the temple was completed in Darius's 6th year, and that's why I said 528, but I did bad math.
Okay.
So that's my bad.
All right. No, I just wanted to make sure we were correct about what we were discussing.
No, you're
there,
absolutely correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So the work of rebuilding the temple. Oh, I already said that 3 times now. And Haggai supported the officials of his time. Zerubbabel was the governor of Judah. Do you remember all of that?
Kind of.
I'm going to say more about him at the end of this book.
Yeah, during the wrap up and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just keep in mind, like, we are going to hear about him, and he is the governor of Judah. Okay?
Right. Yeah.
The Persian Empire was growing weak, and Haggai saw that time as an opportunity to restore the Davidic kingdom.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So don't forget Zerubbabel.
Okay. All right.
Cyrus, he's the guy that let them go.
Yeah.
He saw the restoration of the temple as necessary for the restoration of religious practices and a sense of peoplehood after the long exile.
That was good of Billy Ray.
Yeah, Billy Ray Cyrus, huh? I was thinking more Miley, but okay.
Okay, all right.
Because, you know,
that's probably more relevant.
She can buy herself flowers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Under Persian rule, the Israelites were encouraged to return and build what was lost. So Joshua and Zerubbabel led a group of exiles back to the land to lead the building. And that was all covered in Ezra chapters 1 through 6.
Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And I'm only harping on his name, the names of all these people, because we have read them before.
Yeah.
And they do overlap. So as I was trying to go through the notes to figure out what was what, I was having to place everybody, you know, kind of Velcro them together.
Right, right.
All right. So the original text of the Book of Haggai was, of course, written in Biblical Hebrew. The precise date of the text that it was written is uncertain, but it most likely dates to within a generation of Haggai himself.
Okay.
So if it wasn't him writing it, it would have been like somebody coming right after him writing it.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
A traditional consensus dates the completion of the text to circa 515 BCE.
Okay.
So, which that tracks with the time period that we're looking at.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other scholars consider the book to be completed like 100 years later.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Around 417 BCE, arguing that, dude, this did not refer to Darius the Great, Darius the First, but instead to Darius the Second, who ruled from 424 to 405 BCE.
Oh, okay.
So, who knows? It's only 2 chapters long, but it's got a lot of stuff packed into it.
Yeah.
And unlike some of the other prophets, Haggai included specific dates for his 4 prophetic messages.
Oh, okay.
Which I have written down here, but I'm not going to mention them right now because that's kind of part of the text.
Yeah.
But I have them written down so that we can refer to them later if we have questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the Book of Haggai can be separated into those 4 distinct sections.
Got it.
Keep them separated. Yeah. I don't know why I said it like that. Now, remember I said when the book is supposed to have been written?
Yes.
The authorship of the book is uncertain.
Of course it is.
As all of them are,
Yeah,
right?
Right.
Some assume that Haggai wrote the book himself, but he is repeatedly referred to in the third person, which makes it unlikely that he wrote it himself.
Right. Yeah.
It's more probable that the book was written by a disciple of Haggai who sought to preserve the content of his spoken prophecies, particularly because, you know, he gave the dates or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm rolling my eyes. You can't see that.
No, yeah, because, I mean, if somebody else wrote it, obviously those dates can be whatever the fuck they want them to be.
Yeah, exactly. So. There's also controversy regarding who edited Haggai's works.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. According to scholars, they credit it to his students. But I don't see why it couldn't have been the Great Assembly.
Sure.
You know,
yeah, they were responsible for a lot of rewriting. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Jewish tradition states that the men of assembly were responsible for the edits. Huh.
I mean,
well, there it is. And they were traditionally known for continuing the work of Ezra and Nehemiah.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's get into this book now, shall we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now that we know what haggis is.
Sheep and beef, right?
Sheepity beep, sheepity beep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And other shit.
Mm-hmm. All right. Haggai, chapter 1.
All right.
In the second year of King Darius, whichever
Darius
the
we're
first,
talking about, yeah.
or Darius the second.
Okay.
On the first day of the 6th month, which would have been October.
Okay. Yeah.
So they were doing high festival time.
Okay.
The word of the Lord came through the prophet Haggai to Zerubbabel, son of Shealtiel, governor of Judah, and to Joshua, son of Jozadak, the high priest. And this is what the Lord Almighty says.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. These people say that time has not yet come to rebuild the Lord's house. Now, God's got some shit to say about that.
Okay.
Via Haggai.
Mm-hmm.
Then the word of the Lord came through the prophet Haggai. Is it a time for you yourselves to be living in your paneled fucking houses while this house remains a ruin? And he gestures at, the mess of the temple.
Right.
He's like, how nice for you that y'all are living it up while God's house is not okay.
Shambles, yeah. Right.
Now, this is what the mighty Lord says, continued.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Build it, I'm assuming.
Give careful thought to your ways, motherfuckers. You have planted much, but harvested little. You eat, but never have enough. You drink, but never have your fill. You put on clothes, but are not warm. You earn wages only to put them in a purse with holes in it.
I gotta be honest here. They just got done with the fucking Babylonian exile and just got back to their homes.
Yeah.
I'd be kind of like, dude, can you give me a minute? Like, well, I'm trying to settle in here, man.
Yeah, I can see that, but they're kind of like,
right? And Haggai's like, don't settle back into bad ways and blah 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 blah.
Right. They were very discouraged too because they knew what the original one looked like.
Right.
And so to rebuild it was going to take more funds and more work than they were capable of.
Sure.
So they were like, why even bother?
Sure. No, I get it.
The point that, trying to push them to build it was going to give them back their
glory.
Not their glory. I mean, yes, their glory, but more than that, their combined peoplehood, to use that word again.
Yeah.
Like they would have this thing that they built together that could be remembered through the coming generations.
Right.
And it would be like we are back to being the Jewish people, the Israelites, sure. God's chosen people, and this is God's temple.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't blame them for like not wanting to build it, but I also don't blame some of the people for being like, come on, let's go. We need to get this started.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is what the mighty Lord says. Give careful thought to your ways. Go up into the mountains and bring down timber and build my fucking house so that I may take pleasure in it. Ooh, and be honored.
He's going to take pleasure in it, huh?
I do not want to see the Lord taking pleasure. That sounds gross. That sounds personal. Not gross, right? Just like personal.
Yeah.
I don't need to be present for that.
Yeah.
You expected much, but see, it turned out to be little. What you brought home, I blew away. Why, declares the Lord Almighty? Because of my fucking house, which remains a fucking ruin.
So he's petty,
and
he's an asshole.
While each of you is busy with your own fucking house.
He's like, you don't have time. You got to build my house, guys.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to blow your shit away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Therefore, because of you, the heavens have withheld their dew. Dew, D-E-W, like water, rain, not dew, like
do this or whatever.
Yeah. And the earth, its crops. I called for a drought on the fields and mountains, like you said, petty.
Yeah.
On the grain, the new wine, the olive oil, and everything else the ground produces. On people and livestock, and on the labor of your hands.
If he really wanted this thing built, he could just like supply the supplies or the money.
He could also snap his fingers and
he could just make it appear.
Right?
Dude, I'm telling you what, if you make a temple up here in my backyard,
I'll be a believer.
I will believe something.
I will believe magic exists and that I don't understand how it happened.
Right? Yeah.
Okay, I want to reread verse 5. Now, this is what the Almighty says. Give careful thought to your ways. There's a Hebrew figure of speech for this phrase that is literally put your heart on your roads.
Okay.
Kind of like put your money where your mouth is the way I kind of take it.
Okay.
Like, you guys talk like your big religion and all that, but
you don't do it.
You need to do the work.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the next verse reads, you have planted much but harvested little. You eat but never have enough, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
You earn wages only to put them in a purse with holes in it.
Right.
Right. What's happening here is God saying that their priorities are out of order. So nothing they do will ever satisfy them. And each accomplishment reveals that there must be something more, something that could really satisfy them.
Okay.
And there's not. They
Right.
just have to build the fucking temple.
Sure.
Okay. Then Zerubbabel, son of Shealtiel, Joshua, son of Jozadak, the high priest, and the whole remnant of the people obeyed the voice of the Lord their God and the message of the prophet Haggai,
Well,
because
nice.
the Lord their God had sent him. Yay!
They just all trusted this. So they did the thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy because
Right?
that doesn't really fucking happen anywhere else.
No, it really doesn't. And the people feared the Lord.
Wow.
Whoa!
What is going on here?
Like, you are not the people that I've come to
This
know.
is like
thus
that
far.
chapter where the dude walked into Nineveh or whatever, and like he's like, God's gonna get you. And they're like, oh shit, and then they fixed everything.
Oh, that was Jonah.
Yeah, Jonah. Yeah, like, but this is like the Israelites.
Yeah.
and that's crazy because
This is
they
Judah.
never fucking
They
listen.
never fucking listen. Yeah, that was Jonah walking into Nineveh, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, it was more of a dream maybe or something,
Mhm, it
but
was
it was
something.
yeah. But anyway, you just said this doesn't happen though in the Bible.
No, it really doesn't. So it's kind of like
I'm kinda-
mark it
I'm
on a
kinda-
goddamn Bible
I don't-
calendar.
Mark it on the Bible.
No, mark it on
They
the
did mark it
calendar.
on the
I know.
Bible.
So the people feared the Lord.
Mhm.
Then Haggai, the Lord's messenger, gave this message of the Lord to the people. I am with you, declares the Lord.
No.
Whee!
Yay!
So the Lord stirred up the spirit of Zerubbabel, son of Shealtiel, governor of Judah,
Yeah.
and the spirit of Joshua, son of Jozadak, the high priest, and the spirit of the whole remnant of the people.
Okay.
So they got all excited.
Yeah, they all got. Yeah.
Whee! They came and began to work on the house of the Lord Almighty their God on the 24th day of the 6th month in the second year of King Darius.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Actually, that's the beginning of a sentence that continues into the next chapter.
Got it.
So,
Okay.
whatever. Yeah, so that was chapter 1, and they're building it.
They're building the temple,
And that's very exciting.
and then they were all afeard of the God guy thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's crazy
Right?
because that's new. That's new.
It is new.
That does not happen.
No.
in this book.
Mm-mm.
It's interesting.
It is something.
It's different.
It's different.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really hate anything about this chapter. I don't specifically love it. It's interesting.
They're building a fucking temple.
Yeah. But
Yay.
it's not giving me like measurements, which I appreciate.
Right. Yeah.
They're just talking about it. Like, it's very general.
Right.
I think
right.
that's why I don't hate it.
And God wasn't like, he did threaten them, but only with like less food.
Well,
There wasn't like a huge threat of like
he had
death.
already done that. He's like, the fact that you guys haven't been building it, that's why there was droughts. But I'm gonna go ahead and stop that now.
Yeah, because
But-
you're feared now.
Yeah, you're gonna get started.
Right.
now, so go build.
Okay.
And they're like, all right, if you say so, God. Cool.
This is a softer image of God, you know, leading into the New Testament here.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. It's interesting you say that.
Right. Yeah.
Given what I know about chapter 2.
Oh.
It's very interesting that you say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
Ooh, we're ending on a cliffhanger.
All right. Well, that was Haggai chapter 1.
Sure as fuck was.
And we will endeavor to be back tomorrow with
Haggis, chapter 2.
Haggai.
Haggai.
We'll
Haggis.
see you guys then.
Haggis. Bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe, leave an Apple review, join us on Twitter, support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.